Hello, 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 what's happening everybody? MCOC Droid does, back again for another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. So, first of all, well, you're not seeing this until Monday, but I'm recording a few videos this past weekend for you, I should say, because the week before, this past week, I was actually kind of under the weather starting like Monday afternoon. I really was not feeling well. Tuesday especially was the worst. I was homesick all day long. And, I've been feeling better, but at least now, it's Saturday afternoon my time when I'm recording this, I'm still not 100%, but I'm almost there. You may hear it a little bit in my voice, so sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm recording a bunch of videos, just trying to play catch up, because again, essentially I was obviously not working on any content while I was trying to get better. So this one that I'm working on right now, as you can see from the title of this video, is revolving around 6 stars. And more specifically, the 6-star featured crystal, which as you can see at the top right there, is about to expire. Again, this is Saturday afternoon when I'm recording it. You're probably not seeing this until Monday, so it will literally expire tomorrow by the time you see this. And we will get a brand new 6-star featured that's rolling in. So this current one, of course, as you can see, it includes Darkhawk and Night Thrasher, Thing and Diablo, Havoc and Mr. Sinister, plus the 6 quote-unquote new sub-featured champions, plus 12 more that are already in the basic. So when this one expires, the new one will replace it. As far as we know, it will be the exact same format. We have not heard anything from Kabam otherwise, and they apparently don't like to tell us in advance anymore what the new featured crystals are going to be, or dungeon crystals, or anything like that. They don't want us to hoard for whatever reason, which I think is silly, but moving on. So, thanks to MCOC Trucos, let me go ahead and throw up this first graphic right here. This is the current 6-star basic pool, and of course at the bottom, as you can see right there, we've got the current featured and then the new featured, if you want to think of it that way. So just a quick recap, when this current, I'll pull it away again real quick, when this current featured 6-star crystal ends and the new one begins, the 12 new champs will all be added to the 6-star basic. So that's why, if we throw this back up here, on May 21st, again, when the new crystal starts up, the 6-star basic will get included with those 6 featured champions I just mentioned, plus the 6 new sub-featured champions. So Captain Marvel Classic, Electro, MODOK, Black Panther Civil War, Red Cyclops, and Vulture. So we know what the next 6 featured champs are going to be, as you can see at the bottom right there. It's going to be new Captain Marvel, Nick Fury, Annihilus, Human Torch, Ronan, and Cole Obsidian. So those 6 will be the featured champions. They will also poll, another 12 champions that are currently already in the basic. Again, we have no idea who they are, as of the time of this recording at least. But what I want to focus on are the 6 question marks that you see at the bottom right there. So real quick for reference, let me throw up, this is the 5-star basic pool list as well. Both of these, obviously, as you can see, are from MCOC Trucos. If for some reason you do not follow him, whether it's on Twitter or Facebook or Reddit, make sure you follow him. He is such a huge supporter of the community and puts out information all the time, especially these handy infographics, but so many other things. I've collaborated with him before on stuff like the size tags chart. So there'll be a link to his Twitter in the description below. Please make sure that you follow him, you like his posts, all that. He really puts out a lot of good stuff, so support him. But anyway, sidetrack / plug over. So again, with these here that you see, it's the updated 5-star basic pool, and it's got the nice updated release schedule. Again, tomorrow we are also seeing Havoc getting added to the 5-star basic crystal. Obviously the 4-star, the premium, stuff like that as well, but we're focused on the 5 stars and the 6 stars here. So we got Havoc coming tomorrow, Mr. Sinister will be in there in 2 weeks, and so on and so forth. So I was starting to wonder, where are we at with this 6-star basic crystal? Again, I mentioned, and I can go ahead and get rid of this one right now. I mentioned that, the 6-star basic, as you can see, it's already got a bunch of champs that are in there. The next 12 are getting added tomorrow. And then, again, presuming the next 6-star featured crystal follows the same format, it will have 6 brand new sub-featured champions that have not yet been available as 6 stars before, and I got to wondering, like, well, this basic crystal is starting to get pretty full. Who's left? Who have not been added yet as 6-star champions that could be in this 6-star featured crystal, or if not, in future 6-star featured crystals? So I started doing the math, so to speak. So let me go ahead and actually hide this one as well. Let's go ahead and blow this up. So again, we're focusing on the 6 question marks that you see there at the bottom of your screen, because that bottom set of 12, that is essentially the 6-star featured crystal, along with 12 other champions that'll get thrown in that are already available as the basics. So I went ahead, again, just as a reminder, I had the 5-star basic pool to work with. That, again, Trucos has conveniently updated for all of us. And I started crossing off everybody who's already in the 6-star basic. I started crossing off, obviously, all of the newer champs that have been added as, 6-star features or have since been added to the 6-star basic. And lo and behold, I have figured out that we are down to, boom, there we go. So there's an updated basic infographic, whatever you want to call it. But all of those X's are champions that are available as 6 stars. Again, whether they're in the basic or they're in the current featured, and then will get added to the basic tomorrow. Anyone after Diablo I didn't include because, again, obviously they will be included in this next 6-star featured, which means they will eventually be in the 6-star basic. So we have 40 champions left. There are 40 champions that are in the 5-star basic that are not yet available as 6 stars. Now, again, there are a few that are kind of wild cards. Kind of a lot of the ones that are also not yet available as 5 stars. So I don't have those on the graphic here as well, but I'm talking, of course, about champions like Thor, Wolverine, Doctor Strange, etc., etc. For the basis of this video, though, in terms of predictions, I'm going off of what's in the basic pool that is not yet available as a 6-star. So again, there are 40 champions left in this pool that have not yet been added to the 6-star basic. So why am I updating this? Why am I talking about this? Well, because I think unless Kabam is going to be super, super stingy, and in fact, let me go ahead and minimize that. And let me go ahead and kind of center this and blow it up a little bit, so hopefully you can see it a little bit better. Unless Kabam is going to be super, super, super stingy, I predict that with this new 6-star featured, we're going to see at least one God tier. I mean, I think it's absolutely time that they start doing that. Otherwise, they're going to introduce a bunch of God tier 6 stars all at once, which might actually hurt the game a bit. Now, again, granted, there are definitely still some duds that are left over that have not yet been added to the 6-star basic. I'm talking about, like, Superior Iron Man, Falcon, Daredevil Netflix, Iron Patriot. I mean, again, there are a number of these champions that we know are going to get reworked at some point. Colossus is going to be the first one. It's the majority ruled on that, and he is definitely going to be getting the first buff at some point. But all of the others will get buffed as well. So, champions like Groot. And then there are other champions there that have gotten recent buffs, like She-Hulk and Spider-Gwen and Venom and Carnage. But my point is, we still have a lot of the God tiers that are not yet available as a 6-star. I'm talking about Medusa, I'm talking about Blade, Sparky, Hyperion, Quake, who else is in there? Voodoo, Iceman, Archangel, even some slightly underneath God tiers. I mean, Star-Lord absolutely still qualifies, I would think. A 6-star awakened Star-Lord would be phenomenal. Ultron is still a solid champion. Magic, Ghost Rider. My point is that there are still many, many champs that we all consider God tier or demigod tier that have not yet been available as 6 stars. And so, again, unless Kabam wants to be stingy, and the 6 this time around would be a combination of, like, Howard the Duck and Iron Patriot and Iron Man and Superior Iron Man and Daredevil Netflix and Falcon, which, again, that would just be brutal. This 6-star featured crystal that is starting tomorrow has the potential to be pretty frickin' amazing. Again, just to recap, and I'll just throw it over here if I can. I'll just go ahead and hide that for a second, actually. Just to recap, we know the 6 featured are going to be Captain Marvel, Nick Fury, Annihilus, Human Torch, Ronan, and Cole Obsidian. All of which are all pretty darn great in their own right. And yes, various levels of needed to be awakened. However, to get any of them as a 6-star would be pretty darn great. Especially with Cavalier Crystals starting to drop 6 stars and what have you. You may be able to dupe it from those. Not that I'm saying it's going to happen, but it's certainly a possibility. But again, just to bring this back up, there are a lot of really good champions that have yet to be added. So, in my opinion, based on how this goes tomorrow, I mean, again, I may be totally wrong, and Kabam will release the crystal, and it'll have, 18 champions that no one really wants, and this whole video will be rendered moot. But I'm predicting there'll be at least one god tier in this one. And if there is, I actually might consider saving up and going for another 6-star featured. If you remember back in the day last year, I did 2 separate 6-star features. I got Kingpin on one and I got Hood on another. So I was certainly disappointed, to say the least, on both of those. Not that they're horrible champs, but they certainly, especially at the time, were not worth the extra 5,000 shards. Based on who they add in this featured, in addition to the 6 featured champions that we know are coming, this crystal might actually be really, really good. So I'm reserving judgment. Again, I have not seen it. We won't see it until tomorrow. For me, that's, like I said, today is only Saturday, so I'm not seeing it for almost 3 days. But by the time this goes live, we will see the new crystal tomorrow. And based on the lineup, I might recommend for people to save up and go for the featured crystal, because it could be potentially one of the best crystals we've seen in this game. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this speculation video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who would you want to see? Who do you predict is going to be added to this 6-star featured crystal that will eventually make their way into the 6-star basic? Me personally, I'm thinking they're going to do either Iceman or Sparky on this one. I don't know why, but I'm kind of leaning towards those two. There are a lot of tech champions that are still left in this pool, so I think they'll probably do multiple techs, kind of like how there are multiple science champions in the sub-featured class of the current 6-star featured crystal. So I have a feeling they'll do multiple techs. So to balance it out, they'll probably have Iron Patriot and then either Star-Lord and or Sparky. Those are my predictions, but let me know in the comments below what you're thinking. If you're potentially going to save up for this crystal, or if you're just going to keep going for 6-star basics. Yeah, I'm potentially very excited. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, that'll wrap it up. So thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. All of those really help out the channel, and I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you one more time for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.